In this quick video, we are going to be adding the Xano Zip functionality into our for each loop. And we're going to be getting all of the dynamic images from our items and then adding each of them into our file resource. Now what we're going to be doing is looking at our nested section. So in this case, we're going to look at the new release section. This system basically applies to anything that we have an item. And so let's take a quick refresher. I'm going to pull the stop and debug down. And if we look at, we're going to get our record, because remember we're looping through each of the new releases that we have, matching our Webflow IDs, and we're getting a record from that. So let's just take a quick look again at what this looks like. So we got our stop and debug. So this is our new release. So we have a lot of information here, right? So we actually have the name of the file. So we don't have to take apart a path or do anything different to get that name of the file. We actually have that available to us. And we have our URL available to us. So what we're actually doing is a lot simpler in this case. So we're going to just, after our get record, so for each of these items, so we're doing this in the for each loop or in our, where we have our profile section. Now for each record, we're going to add the file resource. So zip add file resource. Let's just go in here. We're going to collect this because we need some of this information, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to be grabbing our file resource, and we have our new releases. New releases 1. We want our subpath. Put that in there. And the file that we're going to be using is that URL. So we want the release image, and we want the URL. Now the file name, we're going to do that image because we want that folder. And then we're going to add our concat. So we just want to join the two things together. And then the value that we're going to add to it is subpath. Define. Remember, we don't have to create it because we actually have it available to us, and we're just grabbing this name. So now we're concatenating the two. We have no separator, and we're just going to save this. So I'm going to release, we're actually going to move the stop and debug down here because I want to show this whole thing working. So we're going to pull our view zip contents down, because for each of these we're creating this file resource. Oh, we should probably tell it where to put it, and we want to put it into zip. And so we've got our view contents, and we want, again, this is, we have the view contents happening, so we just want to view the zip. So let's just take a quick look and see what this brings us. Make sure I don't have any other stop and debugs going. So if we run this again, all of a sudden we get all of the images and named properly because the files here, matching what we have in our code, and we get them all into our zip. And so as we continue with this process, all we're going to be doing is this particular thing. We're adding our file resource from the URL, and we're getting the name from the name of the item. And that is because we have it in our database. If we were dealing with the APIs, then we would have to do the split and pop filters to be able to just get that last bit of the name, and we'd have to do that extra step of creating the variable. I'm going to do the rest of these, and then we're going to put it all together into the last bit of the zip, and we're going to upload it to loops.